So I see a question. Kimmy said, what are considered extras for standard cleaning, deep cleaning, and move in and move out? So for extras, they're pretty much all the same, like around the like that for all of the services. And you can totally control your extras. You can add on unique ones that's best for your area. You can have ones that's just the regular basics. So your add-ons are typically laundry, dishes, inside of fridge, inside of the oven, sweeping out a patio, cats, pets, those are extras. Let me think of anything else. That's pretty much like the normal extras, but like I said, you can add on other extras like of services that you may offer. So like grout cleaning or, waxing, like stuff like that, but those are normally going to be your extras. The most typical extras that you see across all companies will be your laundry, dishes, oven, refrigerator, pets. I think that's it. Hey, Kimmy, you can ask your question.
Yeah, so about the extras, I currently have like my interior window, like the interior
Oh,
windows
yes,
listed
and
up
interior
there.
windows.
Are those like, and then I think for standard cleaning, I also like, so for standard cleaning, I have like the fans, the ceiling fans listed as an extra, but like it's included in the deep cleaning. The reason why I bring this up is because I had a cleaner go out the other day and like he had skipped the top of the stove. Um, and so this was before I like created some type of checklist. Um, and so she had skipped the top of the stove, and like the client called me and was like, "Hey, the cleaner did not do the top of the stove." And so I called the cleaner back, and I'm like, "Hey," and I also like bid very low for the job, so that was
Uh-huh.
partially my fault. I guess she was a little frustrated. So she skipped the top of the stove, and then I asked her, I was like, "Don't you do the top of the stove during this deep cleaning?" And she was like, "No." And so I was wondering, like, for a deep cleaning, you don't touch the stoves at all? Like, you only
No,
do
the
like the,
stove is definitely clean. Even on a standard cleaning, it's just inside of the oven. Now, if it's a situation to where it's really bad and it's going to require more attention or more time, then you can charge an additional cost. But on top of the stove is included totally, even on a standard cleaning.
okay, like just the wiping of the stove, not like
Yeah.
a
Even
intense
if
like,
it's grease and they have to scrub and there's junk and on it, it's still included on a standard, like all level of cleanings.
okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think she was probably like really frustrated because the client was one of the ones who complained a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was probably because she felt uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Um, okay, I just needed to know
Yeah.
like what are considered extras because there are
And then
some
like,
things that I leave
yeah.
extras and I'm not sure.
And also with that, I would just, like this is like, with talking to your cleaners and letting them know the expectations, like also let them know like, hey, you can get frustrated with the job and not like it, but we pay per job completed. So if the cleaner doesn't want to pay, or they want a refund, or they want a percentage off, or they want to re-clean, like you're having to now go back and do double work or get paid for the less for the work. So make sure to provide an excellent service just so you can make sure to be paid fully and you don't have to go back out there for a reclean, because the best way to be able to get your money if it's a reclean is for you to go back, because if I have to send somebody else back, then I'm going to also have to take a percentage off based upon how
Mhm.
much they need it, because I had to send somebody else out and they're going to want to get paid.
Yeah. And do you consider like the AC vents an extra too, or is that like always included in like the deep cleanings?
That would be included in the deep cleaning, like just the dusting of it. But then again, if it's something that is like, looks like they haven't dusted since, COVID, then you would charge an additional cost for it. And then of course, you know, you want to make sure to communicate that with the cleaners, like let them know like anything. I don't want to say anything because you know, sometimes it's like cleaning is super perspective based because sometimes I'll see pictures and they'll be like, oh, this kitchen is super, super bad. I'm like, girl, this is not that bad. It's just dishes all over the place. Once you put them in one order, like it'll be fine. But, you know, let them know like based upon the condition of certain things that we will have to increase the cost if it's like really, really bad.
Okay. Um, I guess my follow-up question will be like, how do I make sure that my cleaners are like letting me, 'cause I feel like I've explained it to them as much as I can. My most reliable cleaner right now has been with me since I started. She cleans really well, but God, she does a terrible job of taking pictures. Like
Mm.
her pictures are never that clear. Like I try to spell it out to her. I even am to the point where I sent her a pulled like before and after photos off of Google and just sent it to her and try to recreate something like that, like with the angles. But like, how do I explain to them that, if you get on a job and it's gonna take you like you think it's gonna take you more than what was required, um, let somebody know, like let me know, or like most of them don't know that I'm the owner, so I just say like call the office, let somebody at the office know. I'm having a hard time like communicating that with
Mhm.
cleaners.
Well, I would first I would let them know that you're the owner because then they will respect slash fear you more, and not fear in the bad way of a scare, but they would listen and follow the things that you're asking them more, right? Or like that's my opinion. I think that they would. So that I would definitely let them know that. And it's really there's there's really something that you may just have to constantly repeat until they get it. Um, you know, and over time with training, like it'll become second nature because if they're not used to doing something, or used to communicating things, like if they're not used to working with the company as a contractor and communicating their day by day steps or updates, and they're just used to like doing their own thing and being done when they're done and leaving when they're leaving, then it could be an adjustment for them. So you may have to continue just to give them those same reminders like, hey, you know, I see that your appointment is set for tomorrow at 3 p.m. Just want to make sure that you'll be able to arrive on time, right? Oh, yes, we're good, right? Next morning, hey, I see that just want to let you reminder that your appointment for 8 o'clock with your client is so and so. Just want to confirm that you're good, right? Can you please let us know, throughout the appointment if you're going to be done, at a longer time than is expected, or please let us know that if the house is in a worse condition than expected or than booked. Some of those communications still may have to be done throughout. And it's hard because we may think that we're micromanaging them, but it's your business. So you have to make sure that you are in the know of certain things. So that way, if a crazy pop-up happens, like you'll be in the know. So don't have the feelings, or I don't want to say don't have the feelings, try not to have the feelings of, I don't know what to say, I don't want to say it, I don't want to step on their toes, I don't want to micromanage. Like you have to run this business. And the thing about it is like the level of growth and success of your business depends on the quality of your cleaners. So you have to be able to communicate and know that information from them, even if you ask it 50 times, even if they get on your nerves. Because either they're going to get on your nerves and they're going to leave, or they're going to get on either you're going to get on their nerves and they're going to actually do the things.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good. That's a really good point you bring up because I've been really concerned with like micromanaging because like I hire people that are supposed to be independent contractors and require like minimal supervision. So I don't want to have to feel like I'm constantly always checking with
Mhm.
them. But at the same time, I'm like the very anxious type. So I get nervous when people are not communicating. So like my
Yeah.
husband is out here watching me going crazy 10 times a day, like, oh my God, I don't know if this thing is gonna show up because she hasn't told me yet. And I don't want to end up like texting her like 20
Yeah. No,
times.
definitely. I mean, I totally understand it. And then over time, as you build a relationship with them, because I was the same way. I'm a super control freak, right? So I feel like I always have to be in the know. But over time, after you build relationship and trust with the cleaner, then you'll kind of build a relationship of like, you already know that they're going to do a good job. Like, I kind of already know this. I kind of already respect that, you know, or expect that, you know what I mean? So over time,
Right.
it'll definitely get easier, but don't be afraid of micromanage because you can do it in a way to where, you know, you're not being like super mama bear. It's just a check-in, like, hey, just want to make sure that everything is good. Or, hey, do you think, you know, what's your expected ETA? Or, hey, do you think this job is going to take you 4 to 5 hours? You know what I mean? Like, there's a way you can do it to where it's not, it doesn't sound super like mean boss.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of trying to avoid, which is why I, I feel like I've gotten away with not letting a lot of people, a lot of them know that I'm the owner. The one person that I really let know that I was the owner, I feel like she took advantage of the situation. It did not end well. It was the worst job we've ever done. Like, I'm so lucky that we escaped that situation without a review, without a bad review. But we ended up having to refund the client and like letting her go. But it was terrible. And
Yeah.
so I just like, yeah, I can be the CEO, but not the owner. That's totally fine.
Right.
That's totally fine.
No, you want that fear slash respect love. And it's not a fear like they're scared of you, but it's a fear as in like they like they guard your like they want to make sure that they present in their best face. Because people treat people different when they're the boss versus just some random person that works for the company. Like if they know that you have control to let me go or not, then their responses are going to be more like they're going to be more prompt to respond or to do the thing that you're asking them to do because she has the control to fire me or not.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Let's see. I think they may have dropped off. The guest cleaning service. I saw the hand raise, and I don't know who that was to be able to ask them in the group. Oh, there
My
you
bad.
are.
Hey, hey, how you doing? My bad. I'm on my company email.
You're
My
good.
fault.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How can I help?
So I'm the guy that you had replied to on the group that was like you were like, let me see like what's going on
Oh,
with my
Benny?
placement. Yeah.
Oh, dope. Okay, got you.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure that out. I kind of did, but I'm not really sure if I got it right. So I don't
Okay.
really know where to go from here, really.
Okay. And you know what? I don't know either. I was saying, I'm gonna be totally honest. Like I've never done that booking like that. I know a lot of companies do. They make the first booking be a deep cleaning, and
Right.
not a standard cleaning. But I did email booking koala though. As soon as I responded to that. So as soon
Oh,
as they let me know how, like whatever instructions they gave me, I'm gonna come back and let you know.
okay. All right. Appreciate it. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Hey, Stacey, I see your hand raised again.
I'm learning, Jasmine, so don't blame me.
No,
But
you're fine. It's like I totally expect this because everybody will like go in through phases, right? Everybody will start asking questions about setup process, LLCs, DBAs, and then when they get in the business, it's a whole nother set of questions. So this is perfectly fine.
okay, thank you. Thank you guys. So whenever I send the booking link via email, it gets bounced. Then I
Oh,
have to send it as a text or on Thumbtack or whatever. How do I fix that?
now is it getting bounced from them or is it getting bounced from you? Like, is your email settings on?
I don't know. I just know that most times they'll be like, they didn't receive it. I'm just realizing the trend now. And then when I go on status, it will
Yeah.
say bounced. And then when I click on it, so there's a bunch of statuses. When you
Yes.
click the bounced one, then it will tell you that the receiver's email bounced this
Because
something.
if it's a thing to where like it's bouncing on that side, I don't know. But if it's a thing to where your email, let me see if I can find it. Because like, have you ever like when you sent out your links to your providers so they can create an account on your BK, did those emails go through properly?
Now that you say, probably not, because
Okay.
then I end up creating a password for them and
Right.
then just giving it to them and be like, just change it.
I think this is it. Let me show you. I'm gonna do a share screen real quick. Okay, so let's see, how did I get here? Notifications, is this email? So I went to notifications on the very bottom and I went to email. And let me see, this is it. Nope. I knew I shouldn't have went back. Let me see if it's right here. Notifications, general. Okay, boom. So I went to notification and then general. And then right here is where you want to make sure that you have your email addresses set up right here.
So notifications and then general.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And then it'll bring you to here. And then you're going to have to send a verification email. And then you'll get a verification email, you'll verify it, and then it should work. Now, if this is not the thing that's going to fix the bounce emails, then you may want to also contact Booking Koala, because I'm not sure on that other scenario, because like if we've ever had a situation to where providers were not getting their initial like invite email, this is the reason why.
Okay, I'm gonna try that now and see. If not, I'll reach out to them.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And let's see. Hey, Sherry. I see.
Hey, Jasmine, can you go back to that?
Yes.
'Cause I have a question about that.
Of course.
That email. And then maybe Stacy as well can do the dummy email to herself to see, if it goes through, because that's what I was very afraid of. Okay, so what I did here, I wanted to create like the admin. My admin email address is different. I figured that's for like staff,
Yes.
right? Myself, providers. Okay, so with that one, I have admin, and then for sender emails and customer emails, I have support. Now, for some reason, it'll go to admin, but when you look in the email, the from is from the support. So how do I change that? Like, say if a provider needs to email me back, it's not giving them the admin email, it's giving them the support email.
Oh.
Which is kind of weird.
Which one is the support?
Sender. I did sender email address has support, and customer reply has support. Support at the company, and then admin, I have admin at, because I wanted to separate the emails. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. No, definitely. Because like when you get a VA, they won't see like all of your bills and income reports. They'll only see the ad.
Yeah.
So that question too is also like out of my understanding. It'll be something that I'll have to ask support. I kind of feel like it would be something in the realms of like your setup here to make sure that this email address is the right one, but I'm totally not 100%
I think
sure,
this
like
one,
whatsoever.
This one, that one you just had up, I think that's the one that you create the BK account with. Like that's totally different. Like that one I had that Gmail, so that's totally different.
Oh yeah, this is totally past my understanding then.
Okay. Okay, so I'll send them an email about that. But another question I meant to ask you. So when I run my first payroll, do you mind like going over that and how that will look like and work and what I need to do in Gusto?
Yeah, so like on the actual Gusto platform.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So I can't show you on the Gusto platform. I need to create a dummy one. That's been like my hardest thing with doing the Gusto. Because if I
it'll
show you,
show information, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, when are you running payroll?
Well, that's another thing. So, okay, the job was just done, what's today? 2 days ago.
Okay.
So, sorry. So, I'm gonna follow the model that you suggest. They get, they're held back a week. So what day am I doing it?
So I normally like to do payroll, paid on Friday, but like it's from the week previous. So like if they did the jobs on this week, then they wouldn't get paid until next Friday.
Mhm. Like, do you have a set day? Like, am I doing it every
believe-
Sunday,
Oh, like the actual day to run it?
Yeah.
Monday before 4 o'clock, because there's a cutoff time. So if you have the one that's like it takes 4 days to
Yeah.
process payroll, then it would need to be done Monday. And I normally try to get it done like Monday morning, so
Okay.
I won't forget.
Okay, so I can't do it Sundays because I was thinking in my head.
Oh no, you
Sunday.
can do it Sunday. It just has to be done by Monday.
Oh, by Monday. By
Yes.
Did you say 4? I didn't hear.
Yes. Now double check that time, but I believe like it was 4, like was my cutoff
Yeah,
time.
because I was looking on Gusto and I'm like, I didn't see anywhere where it said, you have to run it a certain time of day. So I was just gonna call, if anything. I didn't see
Yeah.
that. So, okay, so by Monday afternoon, okay, I'll double check with that. And then another question. So I do have a cleaner. I think you've answered this before, but I have 2 cleaners. They have their own cleaning company.
Mhm.
So I sent her the Gusto link and she was asking if I need to send it twice because there's 2 of them. And I didn't know what to say.
So you said it's a company?
Yeah, it's just 2 girls that they just got their LLC.
So I
And
think
they
that'll
want to be paid
depend.
under the LLC. So I sent, when you click what was it? What did it ask for? Company or individual? I think that's what
Yeah.
it was. I chose company.
So I think it's going to depend on if they want the check to be split between both of them, or if they want the check to be received to one person and then they disperse it.
So even if they're working, because they're not going to work together.
They're not but they have one LLC.
Yeah, it's mother and it's aunt and niece.
So I don't know.
I mean, I may put them together, but they may not be together
Right.
all the time. So I don't want to assume that.
So the only thing is, I don't know. This would probably be a Gusto question. I don't know if you can have 2 accounts that share the same LLC, like share the same EIN number.
Oh. Okay,
So
like
that
if I send those links. Well, actually, I don't even know if I can send the link twice, right? It probably won't even allow me because it would be the same
Right,
email.
but I don't
Send it
think
to
that you would.
email.
Right, because if they're using all the same information for the business, same business name, same business email, same EIN number, they're gonna look at it as a duplicate account.
Yeah.
So they would need to it goes to their business bank and then they know who worked and they would get, collect their coins, or they need 2 separate business accounts, or one person will have to be put in by their social and one will have to be put in by their EIN.
Okay, but I did do that right with sending it.
Yeah.
Company. I chose company instead of individual.
Yes, definitely.
I did that correct. Okay, so all right. So I should contact Gusto or just tell her
I mean, I'm really, yes.
ask them how they want to get paid, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, you can contact Gusto, but I'm really feeling like, I don't know. Or also try it, like try to create another account with the same email and see what happens. But for some reason, I just don't think that Gusto will allow two of the same people.
Exactly.
Because then they're going to be sending two 1099s out as well. You know what I mean? Like it just not making like systematic sense to me.
You're right. You're right. Okay. I just wanted to ask that. Okay. But to run payroll, it's pretty simple. I know you can't show it, but
Yeah, I am gonna create a dummy account though and make a training video of it. I just wrote that down. So I'm going to be able to do that.
okay. And then when that goes into our account, because I'm doing the profit first method. So
Mhm.
I created the account, like I have like 9 or 10 accounts. I separated everything. I separated everything. So when that goes into the income account, I'm like manually going in and putting it into, I labeled it contractors pay.
Mhm. Yeah,
So I'm going to just transfer the funds in there myself, right?
correct.
Okay, because my head was all over the place and I was thinking the bank was supposed to do it. Okay, so I'm going to do that once Stripe puts those funds in the income account,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I think I got it. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, thank you
You're
again.
welcome. Hey, Kimmy, I see you have your question. I can take this last question for you, love.
Okay, thank you so much. Somebody just mentioned something about Profit First. I had a quick question about that.
Yes.
Because I did set up my Novo account, like the bank account, to have like all these reserves, but like I feel like some tech was taking my money so fast. I couldn't like keep up with the different reserves. Okay, so could you explain or maybe like put it somewhere in the chat, like what percentage goes where? And how do I like keep up with that? Because I remember I was trying to like run payroll, but I couldn't like do the settings to where like payroll was coming out from like a specific account, so it bounced. And like they charged me $25 and I had to like dispute that and say like there's money in the account. What's the percentage and how do I make sure that each fee is coming out of the account? I don't know.
So the thing about the Profit First is like they have their, oh, I'm trying to see if I can find an image real quick. So they have like
It's all on the video. That's what I looked at.
yeah, it is all on the video. Because like the percentage can vary based upon like your operations, right? And then also what state you're in with like state taxes. Like what, are you in this area that has state taxes and federal taxes? So it really just depends, right? But essentially it's everything goes in, like you would have your Stripe account directly connected to your income. So all the money would come into this account. You don't have anything set to come out. Like there's no automatic payment set up to this account. You don't have no bill set up to this account. You don't even need a debit card set up for this account, right? And then once this money comes in, whenever you disperse the funds, if you do a weekly, like a weekly overview and, analyst of the accounts, or if it's daily, but whatever it is, this is when you will divvy out those funds. So, for your expenses, right? I like to have an expense account for the monthly bills. So phone, address, right? And then I like to have a separate account for payroll. So I have an additional account, right? So whatever my total expense amount is, that percentage will go into here, right? And then payroll. So if your payroll is 50% or 60%, then that would go into here. If your taxes are 20%, 15%, that'll go here. Here's your compensation. So your like your owner's draw, this is where you would put in the percentage that you're going to pay yourself. And then this is like your profit. So how much profit that you're collecting that you're putting towards this amount. But like I said, all these percentages can vary based upon like your operations.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And is this like separate like accounts? Because I know like
Yes.
Nova has reserves, but is this like, can I create like multiple Nova accounts?
Yeah, so these are gonna actually be separate bank accounts.
Oh,
Yeah, so like there was one account, I think Blue Vine. I tried out Blue Vine, and Blue Vine had like they had it digitally set up like this, but they wouldn't allow you to have separate separate checking account numbers and debit cards. So I had to change it because I need a debit card and checking account for expenses, and then a checking account number for payroll. But no, these are going to actually be separate bank accounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, so six bank accounts essentially.
okay.
And then if you
I'm
have
gonna
a
do that.
savings, and you would have another one. But like I said, this is generally the flow of it, but the percentage amounts can change.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I say definitely check out that video because she did an awesome job training in that video. She's a certified Profit First instructor, and it's really hard to be able to get like that actual real license as that. Like you have to have a lot of experience. So the training was really good. And then of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. My knowledge is medium on this, but I love it. Like I even like manage my personal household expenses off of this same platform, like this same model. It just really, really works for me.
Jasmine, do you, or any of your accounts, are they savings? Because most of mine
No.
are actually savings. You're not?
No, because of the Reg D rule. So Regulation D will only allow you to make 6 electronic transfers per statement cycle. After you do your 6 electronic statement cycle, then they'll charge you a separate fee per transfer. So normally I would have like the savings account, like something that where I only put it in there one time, but because of Reg D, I just do all checking accounts.
Okay, because that's what I thought. And when I did that, the banker, I mean, she said that there's no limit. That's what she told me. So she made them. Oh my goodness, she made them all savings, all of them.
They just may not know, but I have banking experience. You know, I was a banker and like a bank branch manager for 10 years. So I know Reg D. And now I haven't been in it in, I guess, 8+ years. So unless they canceled Reg D, but if you go there and ask them, is there a Regulation D, right? And also Reg Z as well, because that limits the amount of transfers you can make specifically from a savings account. That regulation only counts for savings accounts only. So checking accounts, yes, you can make unlimited transfers, but savings, you're limited to 6 per statement cycle.
And that's even with the credit union. That's what I'm with.
Yeah, and also the key is 6 per statement cycle, because sometimes they'll think per month, but it depends on your statement cycle, because they were like, oh, I only did, 6 transfers in the month of March. Well, your actual statement cycle is from, the 15th to the 15th or the 10th to the 10th. And you made more because, you're thinking that this is a new month, I'm starting over. But if you don't make a lot of transfers and your savings account is like your profit account and you're only making 4 transfers a month, then you're okay.
Yeah, and that's what she actually mentioned on the video. That's what I remember. She said 2 of those can be savings. Okay, well, I asked the bank. I guess I'll have to see how it goes. If not, then they'll just have to change them and make turn them into checking accounts then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Awesome. This has been really good. I got some homework, so I'm going to get some of these questions answered for Benny, and then I'm going to work on a Gusto video so I can add that to the course as well. And then this replay will be added probably tomorrow morning. And then of course, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the circle, and then I will see you guys later.
Thank you. Good
You're
night.
welcome. Good night, everybody. Good night.